In this video, I'm going to show you how to paint the boats and the water reflection. If you're already a member of the Enjoying Art community, please plan to join us every Friday. We have 2 painting sections together. And this YouTube channel is all about how to paint and draw with relaxation. If this is your first time here, please subscribe and turn on notification. First, I'm going to do a little quick drawing. This is calligraphy brush. It's very useful, especially when you paint a small painting. I'm going to move this boat a little bit closer, so I'm going to leave a little gap on the left hand side. The planning step is very important. I'm going to move this a little bit higher. I don't need that much building on the top, so I'm going to have it about over here. The paper I'm using is a hot press watercolor paper. Okay, like that. I'm gonna have this one going over here, but I'm gonna make this one a little bit bigger on the left hand side. Okay, take a look at. I'm gonna have this one a little bit bigger like that. I have one a little bit dominant, and this one going a little bit toward this direction. So I'm going to have a little bit different, like this one this side and this one going to this side. Plan it. If you want, you can use pencil to plan. I have this brush. It's feeling really simple and easy to and this bowl I'm going to have it a little bit smaller like that. A little green color like that. A little bit on the top, a little bit red, and a little bit over there. And see, the body is right over there, and a very beautiful reflection like that. Some reflection over here, and that would be really beautiful. And something, a little boat over here in the back over here like that. Be patient. Okay, now this is good. I'm going to come in with this 1-inch calligraphy brush. You may be feel, oh, this brush is too big. It's not really. You just need to focus on the big area. I'm going to take the yellow color, start from the top, a little red. Okay, here you go. I'm going to have this color and coming in from here. I'm going to keep it very loose for this painting, like that. And have it's a little light shape over here, like that. I'm going to tap on it, have some broken shape. And now on the top over here, have a little bit light shape for the boat. And now over there in the background, I just use the side of this brush. I'm going to have a little bit gray color. And here you go. Have a little bit gray, the red and the blue color. And like this. A little bit more red. Here you go. Like that. I'm going to have a little bit. I'm going to reserve some light color over there. Yeah, that's good. And I'm gonna have a little bit blue color on the side here. So pick up some inspiration from the reference, but you don't have to use all of them. You can change them. And this side, I'm gonna have a little bit with a large brush to begin the painting. You always can feel more free to focus on the large area, the bigger contrast before you go into smaller. Okay, now I'm going to have this a little bit green color. I'm going to like that. Just use the side over here like that. Here you go. I'm going to have that water reflection feeling. That's just good. All right. I'm going to have another layer after. So in the front over here, I'm going to have a little blue color. I'm going to first with the overall color with the light blue first before we going into a little bit more like over here, a little bit darker shape, and like that. That's good. So when you use a larger brush, it actually forces you to pay attention to large area. Yeah, here you go. Now I'm going to do a little lifting over here. I'm gonna let go some of the color and just lift it up, and this is fine. I'm gonna put in some smaller shape with the calligraphy brush. By the way, this set of brush, I have it on our Enjoying Art website. So you can go take a look at it if you may want to try this brush from here on. Okay, I'm gonna come back to the top over here and have some interesting shape on the top. I'm gonna have a little bit the blue color maybe over here, just a little bit like that. Tap on it, and this is fine. I'm gonna have the side over here. I'm gonna have a little bit red and brown color, red and yellow. This is good. Maybe a little blue. Okay, now red. Let's do that right here. So like that, and right underneath, and have some a little purplish color. So get the blue color with the red color together. That's good enough. Okay, start over here maybe a little bit darker, and but coming over here a little bit lighter. And I'm gonna also have a little bit gray color on the top over here. Just suggest it. There's some shape like the boat and so on. Can be a little bit darker over here. Have a little bit purple color over here as another shape like that. I think that's good enough for the background. I'm gonna let the color merge together to see how it's gonna come out before I come back decided how we're gonna change it. I'm gonna add the color to the boat and the light side of the boats. First, I'm gonna have this. Sometimes you need to have more wet into wet. Okay, like this. Here you go. I'm gonna have this size a little bit bigger. Now I'm gonna painting into the text, but you don't have to make the text too clear. Like that. That's good enough. Like that on this side. I'm also gonna add a little shape in here. I'm gonna leave this a little white shape like right there. That's good, like that. And you can see how fine the shape you can create for the brush stroke with this calligraphy brush. And this paper I'm using is very, very small. So you can see how much you can control. Okay, like that. Put a little shape over here, a little shape over there. That's good. And outside, I can also use the same color, similar color, not exactly the same color. I'm gonna have a little stroke for the reflection. Here you go. Like that. At the same time, I create the edge of that of the boat. So I'm gonna come in here to have a little bit, a little shape like that for the reflection. Okay, that should be good enough. Very beautiful. And I'm gonna continue going into the reflection. And the reflection looks a little bit darker than the actual boat at the top. So I'm gonna have it a little bit darker coming here. Like that. That's good. And on the other side is more gray color instead of red. So that's good. That is already dry. So this is good. So I'm gonna come in here to actually move a little bit for the edge. So you're gonna see something actually moving as in the reflection. I'm gonna have it even darker, a little bit more paint. Okay, like that. And now have it a little reflection of the red. Oh, beautiful. Okay, almost there. Now I'm gonna come to the blue color. Take the blue color. I'm gonna come in on this side. This very bright blue color. looking at that. You see, a painting always start from a very simple, big area contrast, and before going a little bit smaller and smaller. Now I'm going to add a little bit suggestions for the shape, showing that there's the text, and that's good enough. And coming on this side, here you go, like that. Coming up at this side a little bit darker. Now I'm going to also working into the reflection as well. I'm going to work into darker reflection. I'm going to take this color, put it dark. I'm going to leave the gap over there. Looks like a little bit, a little warm color. Okay, like this. I'm going to have the reflection over here. That's good. Like that. Little changes on the other side. And maybe I'm going to add that color a little bit later. Just a little bit. I want to do the shadow. Now I'm going to work on the green bolts. I'm going to coming over here. The same thing. Having on the light side. And take a look at the reflection. Should be much darker. So here you go. A little bit darker. Like that. Yeah, here we go. That's good. Now on the other side, a little bit darker. So you have to get the yellow and have some red to it. Up here to be darker, a little bit blue. Okay, on this side, a little bit darker green color, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more blue color. Here you go. Like that. That's good. Okay, over here for the reflection. I'll come back to give it a little bit more of the reflection. When you do the reflection in the water, it's just going to have showing the movement. That's good. Like that. That's good. On the other side, I have a little bit bolt over here. So we'll come back with the darker color a little bit later. This is good. Now this side is almost ready, and also the water almost ready. So I'm going to come back over here to add a little bit those shape on the boat, like that. A little bit over here, and have some shape. It's a little suggestions, a little shadow, a little bit darker on this side. And look at that, and have quite a bit of things on the top over here, you know, like that. That's good. Okay, and a little bit coming out like this, a little bit in the middle to separate it. So that's good enough. On the top over there, I'm going to have a little orange color, right? Over here, it looks like quite a bit of orange color on the top over here. And I'm also going to have a little red color. Okay, now right here, a red color coming over. Here you go. A little bit like this, a little bit over here. And that is pretty good. And also have a little bit blue color like that. Let me see. That's good enough. Okay, now I have a little blue color on the other side. And you don't have to make it look like the photo reference, because what we're doing, we're going to try to make it feel like a nice picture. That's what is most important, right? Now I'm going to looking at the water. Now I'm going to have a little bit more blue color. Here you go. A little bit more blue colors. Now here you go. Now I'm going to look at here, the water. This brush can open up to create a very big, as a very broad stroke, if you like that. Here you go. Now coming over here, and I can see a little stroke coming over here is much lighter. So I'm gonna have this, push it down. Again, how much paint this brush can contain and also how fine the shape can be if you need it to be. Okay, now I can connect that. Okay, like that, and connect that over here. Okay, now that's good. I'm gonna get more of this blue color coming here. I'm gonna have a little dot over here, a little dot showing the movement of the water. They're actually already good enough. It's good. And I have a little bit gray color. I'll have the gray color over here, like that, showing. Like that, that's good. Okay, in the front over here, I'm gonna make it even more blue. So I'm gonna take more blue color. I'm gonna let the color and as it merge into the wet water, like that. And even have another layer of movement. Oh, that's good. Now I'm gonna come back to the back over there and create a little details, a little bit. I'm gonna have it like some of the floater, like that. That's good. And I'm gonna come in to have a little green color and floating into the water. I'm gonna take the yellow and with the blue color, that's the green color, right? That's like this. Okay. Here you go. Just try to get that impression. All you try is the beautiful movement, the impression. Now I'm gonna come in here. Since I have the green color, I see the edge over here has some green. Here you go, like that. Okay, and a little bit line. So I'm gonna have a little line over here, like that. That's nice. A little line over here too, in the middle. Good, like that. Now I'm gonna add the shadow side of the boat. Before I move forward, I want to lift up the extra wet paint at the bottom. So now I'm gonna add some really dark color. Okay, and I'm gonna take this blue color with the red color, and that's just pretty dark. I'm getting a little yellow because I'm gonna working into this area, like that. I'm gonna separate the light side and the shadow side, and here you go. Have a little floater, and you can see there's a movement over here, like that. Here you go. Some movement. Have a little line coming down. Okay. Now take a look at right in here. That's good. And the edge over here, can add a little bit, and this a little bit darker, like that. It's maybe a little line at the bottom. That's good enough. Now coming on this side, there's a similar color. Yeah, here you go. Here you go. Throw the color at the shadow side. Now I'm gonna add some much darker blue color. Here you go. I'm gonna have this color mixed together. Here you go. Now separate the light side and the shadow side of the body of this blue boat. And I'm gonna have this a little line coming down, a little line over here. That's good enough. And on the other side, the other red boat, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. So I'm gonna have a lot more red color. Yeah, take a look. And coming right over here. Here you go. Okay, like that. And coming here, add a little shape to it. Try to create a nice impression. Okay, that's okay. And on the reflection, I want to have a little bit more red, like that. Also have those color merged together. And I'm gonna have a little more red. I don't mind to have more wet as well. And coming over here, like that. That's good. Here you go. And a little line coming over here and going to the other side. And over here have a little bit more red too. So I'm gonna throw the color over there. Okay, now the painting come together very nicely, right? I'm gonna have a little wet color over here, but also have a little bit more red because they're actually reflected by the bowl right next to it. So have some color like blend into each other. That's okay. That's the beauty of the painting. Okay, I'm gonna have a little small line, and sometimes a brush you really can produce different width of strokes and different expression will be able to accomplish by the same brush. That will be a plus. Okay, like that. And over here I'm gonna have a little bit reflection. Looks like reflected up over there. And now I'm gonna add some dark color on this boat. Is how the painting come together really nicely. So I'm gonna have the put in the water first. Okay, over here, connect that together. Okay, now I'm gonna have a little bit yellow and a blue color. Here you go. Now on the shadow side of this boat, like that. Okay, it's good. Almost there. I'm gonna have this edge, and over here, this area, really get something dark going on. You want to think dark first before think about what color. And right here, that's dark, like that. So it's nice. Okay, now I'm gonna add some line to the painting. Yeah, I'm gonna have some line over here. So this brush can produce some really small line, like that. And the reflection, I'm gonna extend this a little bit to reflect what is on the top. And I'm gonna have a little yellow, little red, and have a little bit more like a brown color. And on this side, the shadow side of the floater, and over here too. Okay, now I think I have a nice representation. Maybe add a little line. This is good. Now let's take a look what we can do to finish this painting. I think this looks pretty good, but I need to a little bit more clear to the reflection of this boat. Like that. Here you go. Coming up over here, a little dark line underneath. Okay, I'm gonna have some really dark color, just the blue and the red. I'm gonna put it right here, the wet into wet, because that is really cannot really tell where it's separated. And just put it there, right over here, and over here too, and over here too, like that. Okay. And a little dark color over there, a little dark color over here. Let's take a look. Anything else we need to create a little bit more this color over here, like that. That's interesting, right? And take a look at the top over there. I think this is fine, the top over here. I think this deserve a little bit dark color, so I'm gonna have the color a little bit deeper right over there. That's good. And have a couple line. I'm gonna do a little scratch right over here like this. That's nice. And a little scratch over here too. And I think this painting is finished.